So in COVID, I spent a fortune on influencer marketing. I think it was $50,000 or $60,000 in the first year.
Wow. Oh my God.
Influencer marketing at that time was huge, but your return
Mm.
on investment was massive. Like there was a few that, you had to pay that didn't get the results you would have expected, but 99% of the time, I would say the influencers I invested in, because I chose them very well,
Yep.
within about 5 minutes of going live, I would have got the feedback I'd paid for them. The
Wow.
rest of the sales were just profit. It was such a critical marketing tool to use,
Mm.
the influencer marketing. But I think now the landscape has changed a lot. And what did work back then is not working as well now. So you've got to pivot and you've got to look at different things, like more your UGCs and your customer reviews, your ads, and also
Mm.
PR. PR is massive, especially if you want to take your brand into retail. If I Google your brand and there's no presence, if I hit, Bondi Blades and hit news and there's no PR, in a sea of products, a buyer's going to think, well, what is this brand? They haven't invested in PR and marketing. People
Mm.
need to know about the brand, and PR builds that credibility, helps with build your SEO as well. And it just makes such a big presence when you go to present a brand, that sort of strategic PR and marketing behind it.
Yeah, because so big retailers want that. They almost want to know that you're already doing the work to sell the product before it hits their shelves. Hey.
Yeah, absolutely. Because for example, in grocery, if you come in as a new brand, you've only got 13 weeks to prove yourself. So even
Wow.
after 12 months of negotiations and getting your stock ready to get it into the distribution center, Woolworths, for example, get it into the Woolies, once it's on shelf, there's a 13-week period of review. If you're not hitting the sales numbers, your item's deleted and in clearance straight away. So getting in
Wow.
there is only half the battle, then you've got to keep it. So the retailer is going to ask you, what are you going to do to support your brand sell-through? Obviously, you're selling it to them at quite a discount. So there is some marketing expectation that they're going to contribute, but also as a brand, you need to contribute marketing expenses, whether it's the PR, co-op, lots of things like that, to incentivize the retailer to push your brand. But you can
Wow.
put it on the shelf and think it's going to sell you. And someone who is exceptional at this retail is actually a founder. I really admire her name. Is Iris. She started the Quick Flick.
Oh, yes, I follow her on Instagram. It's so awesome.
Her and
Yeah.
her team are in Coles constantly filming content and
Mm.
driving customers to that store. And that's what the retailers love to see.
Yeah, that's so interesting, isn't it? I mean, and again, it's like such founder-led marketing, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Totally different landscape to what it used to be.
Do you find that with PR as well? So you mentioned that that was like a really key driver. Uh, do you think that a lot of that PR is around the founder as well, or is it a bit of mix of the product and
Yeah, I found the best results from PR I got was Tess got me into like a couple of Daily Mail articles as an example.
nice? Yeah.
The first one that happened, I didn't even realize it had gone live until I was out for dinner with some girlfriends. And this was on a Saturday night, about 7:30, 8 o'clock. It was still after, I was only after the first 12 months of my business running. And we were sitting at the dinner table, and all of a sudden the Shopify ching started to go crazy on my phone. Everyone's looking at me and I'm like, what's going on? And then I checked my phone and the Daily Mail article had gone live about my story about, being a working mum starting this business. And it just drove thousands of people to my store that wanted to support it. And there was all these lovely comments in the checkout saying, oh, I love your brand. I've followed you on TikTok. I love to support you. I'm so happy you've got this article. Like, people seen it and wanted to support.
Yeah.
Just that, sharing that story was just profound for the business. And then off that, we kept getting more inquiries for interviews and stories, because people, and as well, they love to hear that story where you've started a business with no business experience, you're a working mum, all those things that people really resonate with. And it was really inspiring for a lot of people as well too.
I think it's awesome because I think that sometimes we think as a person wanting to start a business, we think that they're all drawbacks. Like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not qualified. I don't have this. I don't have this. But like, people that are in that position and have a go anyway, like people want to support them.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I had no idea how to even start a Shopify. So I watched a tutorial on how to open a Shopify store.
Yeah.
How to print labels. Like I had to get my friend Mia to help me set up my post business because I had no idea how to print labels out. I was handwriting labels in the beginning because I didn't know that you could get this app that integrated to your store that you could generate the labels and print them, and then you'd be printing streams of them and just things like that. Like you just learn on the go and talking to other people in the same or similar industry and just networking with people. You can bounce ideas off them and share tips and tricks. And it's almost like in COVID as well, there was this small business community on TikTok. And everyone would be sharing their tips and tricks and supporting each other. And it was a really good time to start a business and just learn a lot from other people.